Hello, welcome to my channel. If you are new here, I'm a wedding videographer. My name is Emma. I am located in Michigan, but I do destination weddings all over the world. And today we are talking about the top 10 most asked questions. Some of these questions are from real people and real clients that are looking to getting wedding video, or some have already had their wedding. They are definitely questions that are going to help you pick a videographer and figure out that whole process. So let's get right into it. Number one is, what factors influence the pricing of wedding videography services, and how can couples budget effectively for this aspect of their wedding? A few things that impact the price of the wedding video are going to be experience, style for sure, and what the final product will be. Gear should not cost you anything. If a videographer is saying that they are expensive because of their gear, that's not a good reason. They buy their gear to provide you with this great service, so you shouldn't have to pay for their gear. You should be paying for an incredible service. So gear is not a factor, but experience and editing are. It also obviously depends on the geological area that you're located in. It's totally what the market is in that area, but those are basically the three things that will impact the price you get. Couples can budget to spend the same or more than their photographers. Like, when you think about it, video is worth so much more than photos. Like, photos are so beautiful and nice and you need them to like hang on your walls, but video is what keeps the party alive, the day alive, some of the people even, and getting to spend those special moments over and over with them. When you think of it, it's a small price to pay to see your grandma still dancing with your grandpa, let alone to go back, and when you've been married for 20 years, you get to go back and watch how young you were and just the love connection between you two on your wedding day. All right, number two. Can you walk us through the typical timeline for booking a wedding videographer from initial inquiry to final delivery of the video? Absolutely. So I would say the typical timeline for booking your videographer is about a year to 6 months out. I would honestly prefer earlier, but many couples realize that they want it much later in the process. I can only speak on the timeline of my events, so this is my wedding process. Everybody will probably have a different wedding process, especially depending on location and stuff. So this is my process and my process only. So first, you would inquire with me. We will have a Zoom call, chat it up. Seriously, I want to hear everything about your wedding, like just everything. I love it all, and so I'm so excited to just learn more about it and learn more about you two. Then when you decide you want to book, I will send the contract and invoice over same day. Once you sign those and pay the deposit, you are officially booked. And then is the fun part. I love to send out a few questionnaires in the beginning, nothing stressful, too much, just learning more about you and your husband. Then every few months, I'll send you advice, emails, a fun little gift, and seriously, share anything you want with me. Like, if you just found your dress, I want to see it. If your husband just found his tux, I want to see it. Like, just send me all the pictures. I would love to be a part of it, but also there's no pressure. If you are too busy and you're doing all this stuff, you do not have to feel like you have to share it with me. I'm there for the wedding day, so I'm ready to be however involved or not that you need me. Skip forward, and it's wedding week now. Are you ready? You're getting married this week. We will connect that week. I'll send you an email making sure all the plans are still right, where to meet you, what time, making sure your timeline is still the same. And then comes the wedding day. On the wedding day, I'll be there. I usually suggest having me come at the same time as your photographer. I usually suggest having your videographer come at the same time as your photographer, if not longer, because video physically takes longer to capture. If I'm taking a picture, I can just snap it. But for video, I have to hold it, make sure I'm getting a good shot, make sure I'm getting you getting ready, the whole essence of it, like your mom crying in the corner, like all of that stuff. And that takes time. I can't just snap a single photo and be done. So that's where I suggest video being there a little bit longer, or at least at the same time as your photographer. Question number three, how far in advance should couples book their wedding videographer to ensure availability on their date? As early as your videographer will allow you to book. Some people wait to open their books for the upcoming year, like 6 months into the current year. So it really is dependent on your videographer, but seriously, as early as you can. No videographer has the same style. There's a lot with a similar style, but then there's those really unique videographers with a style unlike anyone else's, and if you really want that, you have to inquire ASAP because it will take you a while to find somebody else that has a style you like if that person that you originally inquired with is booked. So literally as soon as you get engaged, as soon as possible. Okay, number 4, what customizations are available for wedding videos and how can couples personalize their videos to reflect their unique style and preferences? The whole wedding video is going to be unique to you. It's your wedding. You put together all the details, all the special moments. It's gonna be all you. It's gonna be incredible. It does not fall on you for the responsibility to customize your wedding video. The ways I make sure you guys are going to love it is I send out a little questionnaire about a month before the wedding, and that is asking you your music preferences, because something as important as music can completely change the feel and look of the wedding video. And so that's you customizing it without customizing it. I would argue that the job of customization is on me, not on you. But no wedding video is going to be the same. Actually, there are some video companies that use a template for almost every single wedding video, and I would suggest staying far, far away from them. If you view 2 or 3 of their videos, you should be able to tell. And yeah, don't go to those places because they are not putting the time, effort, and care in that your wedding video deserves, because each of your stories and relationships is unique and those all need to be told. I will say during the process you get 2 revisions at the end, so you can totally switch out a song if you don't like it, but I haven't had anyone do that yet. Also, if you want something specific in your wedding video, definitely tell me during the process. I can't promise that it will be in there, but I will do my best to try to fit that in for you and make even more of your preference. What should couples consider when choosing between different videography styles, such as documentary, cinematic, or storytelling? In my opinion, whatever you're gonna wanna watch 10, 20, 50 years down the line. I honestly don't think you can go wrong with any of those styles. Definitely storytelling is more basic wedding video. When I think of storytelling, I think of the vows at the beginning and like there's just audio throughout that kind of makes it slow. But consider what you find entertaining. I don't think you can really go wrong with any of them, and just a style that you and your partner want to come back to year after year. Number 6. How do you approach capturing audio during the wedding ceremony and reception, and what equipment do you use to ensure high quality sound? This is such an important one because audio, like, especially can bring you back right into the moment, like what your husband whispers to you during the wedding ceremony or when you're walking back down the aisle. Like, all of those special moments are so important. So audio for me, I capture speeches and ceremony. I record through at least 3 different systems, sometimes more. On my camera, I have a boom mic, which isn't the best, but it's perfect in a very super backup needed situation, which never happens. Then I have the groom with a lav on, like usually right under the tie. I don't make my brides up at all because I don't want to ruin everything you've got going on, your dress, just everything. That is kind of stressful to have to figure out where to put a mic. So the groom's audio actually gets him and you, as well as the officiant. So you don't even have to worry about it. And then lastly, I have a Zoom recorder that plugs directly into the speakers or the soundboard, depending on the DJ. And that is all the audio that I capture. There's no way I'm missing any of your moments. Number 7, can you provide tips for couples on how to prepare for their wedding video shoot to ensure the best possible outcome? I'm really not sure if this question is referring to an engagement shoot or a wedding, but you don't need to make anything ready for me on the wedding day. There is an email I send out about putting all your details in a box so we aren't hunting around and digging around the room for them on the wedding day. And then when you go to put them on, it will also be right in that box for you, so you know where all your details are and I know where they are, so I can get detail shots, and so it works super smoothly. That's it. That's all I need from you on the wedding day. For an engagement video, I would just say for my shoots, come ready to have fun, to laugh a ton, and be in a good headspace for your photos or video. I want you to be the most in love. This is a date for you. This is like something where I'm going to capture this special spark and love you have for each other, and so I need you to be in that headspace. One of my favorite poses is to tell you if we're at the beach or a field or like wherever, I love to just have you take a moment to cuddle up like you would on the couch. And that's something that's so authentic to you. Like, sure, people probably cuddle like you, but that's something that you guys specifically like do together. And so that just helps tell your story and the connection between you two even more. Number 8, what is my wedding video process like, and how long does it take to typically receive the final wedding video after the event? My editing process is probably a little complicated to someone that knows nothing about editing, but I basically download it all. The very first week I have it, I cull through all of it, which is basically getting out all of the unflattering, unusable, floor recording bits, stuff that I will not be using in your wedding video. I usually do this endlessly throughout the process to get it down to about the 10 to 12 minute mark, because I come home with 4 hours of footage, so I have to get that down somehow. Then I pull all the clips I want to use for your highlight film, which are usually the best, most exciting moments of your day. It's not going to be all the emotional, sentimental moments, because I want to save that for the wedding film when you can truly feel those moments. Then I find a perfect song for your highlight film and send it out, and it's done within 4 weeks of your event. Also, I forgot to mention that I color grade it and then send it out to you, and so the full film is the same thing on a much larger scale, and you get that back within 8 weeks from your wedding. Number 9, do you offer add-on services such as drone footage or same-day edits, and how can couples incorporate these into their wedding videography packages? I do offer add-ons like drone footage. Everyone's favorite, literally everyone's favorite, is the raw footage. I offer up my raw footage. You can purchase it from me. I know some videographers don't do that, but some of those moments are so incredibly special. Like, it's so worth it to have. I want you to have it, and so I definitely sell that. That is an easy add-on. And then I also have a full weekend package that gets you a ton of extra coverage, extra videos, and it's a full weekend thing. I have a ton of other add-ons that you can customize your package with. Those are the main things. And number 10, what steps do you take to ensure that the final wedding video reflects the couple's vision and tells their love story in a meaningful way? Well, first off, because I am a one-person operation, I do not have a template to put your clips into and make it the same video over and over and over again. So I already have some edge kind of towards already making it authentic to you, the couple. But I also, the questionnaires I mentioned in one of the previous questions, I send out questionnaires to get to know you. What is your love language to each other? So I can pose you in those ways on the wedding day. What was your first date that you went on? Like, what's been your favorite moment together? What are you most looking forward to in the future? I try to get to know you and all of the little nuances and special parts of your relationship, and most of that comes together on the wedding day. And I just love, that's literally one of my favorite parts is like getting to see you two interact together, and like it's just so special. And so those questionnaires help me a ton put together just before and after your wedding day, like little things that I think you would be really in love with, like the little fist bump you give each other at the end of the aisle or something like that. Knowing all of that just helps so much. Every relationship and love and romance is completely different, and so I really want that to shine through the wedding video and really highlight the two of you and your special relationship. Alright, thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned a ton about wedding video, and if you are looking at booking a wedding videographer, my website is right down below, or you can find it in the header of my YouTube. This definitely is specific to my business, not every wedding videography business. Like I mentioned, there are some that literally use templates on your wedding video, and that's just not happening here. That's no. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. Comment down below what the most helpful question was for you and any other questions you have as well. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next week. Bye.